people I should go say I should go truck. 3 people say I should keep the Charger. I've
I
been like
mean,
polling people.
I don't know, man. I I'm against a truck, and I
You
have a
own
truck.
one. I was gonna
Yeah,
say you own one.
but I don't do shit with it. I just fucking have it because
You
my
just
penis
got a
is
truck.
small.
You're like, fuck it, I got a truck.
Yeah,
You don't even
I
take it on
gotcha.
road trips.
fuck no. Because
The
it's so
last time,
fucking fuel inefficient.
that's true.
There's no point.
Last time you and Trey came, you took his little what is it?
Valistar,
Val, Val,
Volastar,
Hyundai.
Valistar, whatever the fuck it's called. It's a weird ass three door car.
The weird one, yeah.
All right. So that was quite the opening to the podcast. Welcome back to the Booth Podcast. This is episode 13.
Oh
Current
no, it's episode 13.
13, right?
Yes, it's 13. But
That's
oh
what I
no, it's
said.
13.
It's
This is
13.
we're gonna have every single technical issue that we possibly can because
No,
it's
no, we're
episode
not.
13.
No, it's not. Our audio is all straight. We're good. The only
But you know
technical
who isn't
difficulty that
straight?
we have is Carson is lacking a fucking webcam.
Oh, but you also know who isn't straight?
Who?
Our special guest, Carson.
Carson is not straight. Well, I don't know if he is.
Howdy.
Howdy. All right. This is our good friend Carson. You're the third guest on the podcast. Congratulations. And yeah, Carson is a firefighter in Oklahoma. What does the daily look like for you?
Lots of ping pong.
Lots of ping pong. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question. How many actual fires do firefighters fight?
It really depends on your location and like your population.
So like
Like,
on average, like per week, how many are you
uh,
putting out?
if I had to put it on average, it would be like 0.2
But I mean,
a week.
firefighters are first responders, so I assume that you're in like bad car wrecks and like stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I mean we get dispatched to like sick calls, lift assists, and everything.
Okay.
So
Are
it's not
you-
just fires.
Are you?
Have you had to
You-
cut anybody out of a vehicle yet?
Nope.
What with jaws of life, right? Is that what they call them?
Mm-mm. I have not, but the closest I've been to that was there's this car accident and this lady ran right through a telephone pole
God
and
damn.
just like ran her car right into a ditch and she got rolled out and she died.
Oh, rip.
But she was driving butt naked.
Butt naked
Butt naked.
in Oklahoma. I'm
She
not
was-
surprised,
yep.
honestly.
She was not sober.
Not
That's-
surprised.
There isn't anything to do in Oklahoma besides drink.
Yeah, you just drink and drive naked and hope that Carson comes and saves your life.
So Carson's getting paid to drink and play ping pong.
Are you drinking in the fire
No.
station? How dare you?
Oh,
No.
okay.
Water.
Okay, so anyway, he's
You
getting
telling me that they don't
paid
have
work.
Gatorade?
Heck no.
Y'all not sponsored?
Nope.
You're telling me
Hey,
the
so-
fire station isn't sponsored by Monster? What the fuck?
Might as well be. My
Might
boss
as well
drinks
be,
like
dude.
8 a day.
Oh God.
So a question that I just haven't Googled, and I'm curious if you know the answer. How many gallons of water does a fire truck hold?
Uh, in my
And
district, our
do
fire
you
s-
keep it full?
yes,
Okay.
on the engines, our rig holds 1,000 gallons of water,
Good
Okay.
God.
and but that because the hydrants in our district, they don't really even count as hydrants; they count as flushes because the pressure isn't high enough. So
Mm,
that's why our engine carries so much water. But like in towns where the water pressure is good,
Mhm.
the engines only carry like 500,
Okay.
and then
I
they
gotcha.
can like feed off of tankers that they can call to.
But I mean that
Do
makes
you-
sense because like Oklahoma's pretty rural,
Mm-hmm.
so that makes sense.
do y'all like flush out the engines every so often to make sure the water's like I guess clean? I guess it doesn't really matter, but
No, it just kind of sits there till we use it.
okay. I didn't know if y'all were protecting against like molds or something or
Mm-mm.
mildew, I guess,
They don't fucking
in
care.
the tanks.
It's
I
water.
guess not.
They're putting
it is
out
water.
fire. They're not fucking pressure washing anything.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, you're practically pressure washing fire.
It, that
about it.
Yes.
yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Oh
Making sure that
man.
fire's nice and clean.
Yeah, gotta make sure it's nice
Here's a good
nice
question.
and clean.
I know that firefighters in like, or I'm assuming firefighters in training make a lot of fires in order to put them out, correct?
Well, that depends, really. Like we have a burn trailer that we can do for simulated fires,
Okay.
but they got it too hot one time, so it doesn't vent properly, and they melted a whole bunch of crap. uh, but yeah, I've only been in probably 5 actual fires so far since I've started all this,
Like calls, not training fires.
including like everything.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
How many training fires did you have to go through?
like 3.
Okay.
I've had 2 structure fires and about 3 training.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Very nice.
What does your work schedule look like? Because I know my dad, when he was an EMT, it was like 3 days on, 2 days off.
Mm-hmm. It kind of depends on where you're at. It's all personal preference in the fire service. But I work a Kelly schedule, so I work one day, have a day off, work another day, have a day off, work another day, and then you have 4 days off after that.
Okay. That's not too bad.
But other places they do 48, 96, so you work 2 full days in a row, and then you have 4 days off right after.
So are you ever sleeping at the station?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How many people do they rotate out at your location?
My station
Mhm.
is pretty small.
Okay.
So there's only really at most there's like 3 full paid firefighters on a shift.
Okay.
And then the rest are just
Like
volunteer?
yeah,
Okay.
it's very volunteer based up in
Yeah.
that
Louisiana
stuff.
is actually the same way. I
Yeah.
know that there's a lot of the firefighters are volunteer.
It's something like 70-something% is volunteer.
I know in Texas at least there's a lot more paid because of how dry it can get over here. So there's a lot of wildfires, and especially in the rural areas.
Yeah.
So yeah. How many engines do you have at your station?
The main station has 1 engine, and
Okay.
the volunteer station has another engine.
Gotcha. So they're
And then
two
we're about to order another engine, and it's coming in like
Oh.
September or something.
Cool.
Cool. Very cool. So,
Nice.
anyways, now that we've gotten all of our questions out about being a firefighter,
Yeah. What you got? Let's spin it.
I want to hear the perspective. We kind of went into how this, like, the 4 of us guys met, being Trey, Carson, and then me and Matt. We kind of went through it a little bit on the podcast with Trey, didn't we? I feel like we did.
A little bit. Not much though.
But I want to hear the story, not maybe from Carson's perspective, but I just want to go through like the connections between Trey and Carson, and then us, and how.
Would you please tell the story of how you and Trey are friends?
All right. Here's the lowdown of that.
This is my favorite story.
My mom dated his dad, and they got freaky with it. And then so I always call Trey my stepbrother because I don't fucking know why. Kids are stupid. That's basically it. But I just think it's funny as fuck.
Oh man, the first time that you told me that story, you were like, "Yeah, some fucking idiot came over to my house, and like our parents were boning in the other room, and I was just playing Borderlands, and I asked if he wanted to play, and he sat down and we played, and then we were just friends after that, and
Pretty much.
I was so like mind blown that y'all remained friends."
I feel like there's a brotherhood made whenever 2 bros whose parents are boning in the other room and they're playing Borderlands. I feel like that's a special connection that is just found nowhere else.
Borderlands and boning, you know.
That's a lot of other kids don't get that. That's true. Good God, this friend group is so scuffed.
No, it's fucking great because we met because fucking Carson was like, "Hey, can you run me through Vault of Glass on Destiny?" And I was like, "Ah, fuck," because like I had just finished it. Like literally, I'd gone to the tower right after we'd done the raid. I'm like checking all the shit, and then Carson messaged me and he's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Fuck." So I get in a party with him, and we start talking, and I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I can't help you like right now, but like next time we do it, yeah, I'll let you know." And then the next time we went in, we did it, and Trey was there, and it was the 3 of us, and then eventually you brought in like Brad and Inigo Montoya and like all those guys, and I was like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah,
Oh
I
man.
basically just met them too, because
Yeah.
shit.
Well,
Trey
I
was the only
can't
one that you knew IRL.
I can't remember because I remember playing with Brad and them for the first time with Volta Glass, and I was doing an Arnold impression in the Templar phase because I was running the
Mhm.
Relic, so everybody else was sitting up top. No, it was during Oracles and Oracles and Templar. And I was running around with the with the Relic, and I just talked like Arnold the entire fucking time. Were you there for that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Sadly.
That makes sense. That makes sense. No, that was a
I
fucking
have
great raid.
I still to this day I mean I guess it would still be to this day, but I've saved the screenshot like over and over again in between PC wipes and whatever. But I have a screenshot of us in the Vault of Glass the first time I ran it, and Matt had to go. I think it was Matt had to go do something, so we paused like in between phases or whatever,
Hmm.
like in between whatever's, and we just found a giant rock, and we literally just lined up all along this rock, and we just sat. Everybody just sat down,
Yep.
and just looking at like the exotics everyone had on, the armor everyone had on, everyone was running that like glow shader, like
Glow who?
it's just
Yeah.
yeah, it's just such a cool screenshot to go
That
back
was
and look
a
at.
that was a Crota shader,
Yeah,
actually. Yeah. Um, fuck. I want to see if I can find those pictures because I have a bunch as well.
yeah.
Um,
Destiny 1 was a trip.
dude, it was fucking fantastic.
I
It
think
was.
Like,
Destiny 1 is the best time I've had on a video game, and the worst.
Same.
For like 3 years.
oh man, like that game went through so many weird phases of
It did.
like really like high satisfaction out of the gameplay, and then it would like come out with a new DLC or they would take something away and it would be like, this is awful, like nobody wants to play this.
Oh, Carson's not in this picture.
He's not.
It's two of my friends, being my old friend Jacob and my old friend Ethan. So a Bullet 17 and Assassin Slayer X9. It's me, and then it's Trey, and then it's Carson, or then it's Matt.
Do you want to
So
put
there's
that in
only
the Discord? I kind of
there's
want to
only
see it.
5 people. So maybe Carson was here for this and he just wasn't sitting down with us. I don't know, but I just sent it to the Discord.
Back when Melvin was the Darth Melvin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
true.
uh it's loading. You can kind of see it. um Bullet 117,
That was my friend.
and
Or that was a
then
friend of a friend. Assassin Slayer was another friend. Was my friend. And then I'm obviously
yeah,
the
dude,
one.
I was decked out with the trials shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's Trey right next to you.
And then was it Carson was our sixth?
He must have been.
He had to have been.
Yeah.
Trials.
Dude, Trials was the sweatiest fucking game mode I've ever played.
I think they brought it back recently.
They did bring it back, but it's not the same as it was in D1.
I didn't think it was. I haven't loaded up Destiny.
'Cause it's
I don't even
still
think I have
like
Destiny 2 downloaded on this PC.
it's still like best out of 5.
Oh, okay.
Is like the game mode, and it's elimination, so if you die, like you can get a revive on that person, but
Yeah.
no, it being 4v4, you wouldn't think that it would change the dynamic very much, but it
But it
does.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you would go so hard on that.
Well, it was like
Matt.
so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Because the thing was is that it was fairly easy. So, Trials of Osiris, for those of you who don't know, it was a 3v3 game mode, and it was the way it was laid out is you had this essentially like a punch card. And when you played and you won a game, you got like this yellow dot on the punch card. And you could buy extra things that if you lost a round, then like it wouldn't count. But
Hmm.
anyways, it really isn't worth it. But what
And
you
this
had
is
to do,
well, but this was also before microtransaction in Destiny, so this
it
is all
it
in-game
was.
currency.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's still not any microtransaction.
Not for anything that's not cosmetics.
No, it's just cosmetic stuff. So, anyway, but with Trials of Osiris, there was essentially a punch card that you would get, and if you won 9 games, it was 9 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so if you won 9 games and you went undefeated, then you basically got a pass to go to this place called the Lighthouse, and they gave you like a bunch of cool loot, and it was nice, and you could like show that off, that you were able to go 9-0. Anyway, I did that a few times, and it was by far the most fun that I had in that game.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
but
I
at
never
the
did it once.
time, it wasn't that hard because like the
Yeah.
way Destiny multiplayer was laid out was like if you knew the meta decently enough or you just knew how to combat whatever
Mhm.
the opponent was using equipment wise, like I just remember pulling so much dumb stuff with the arc bolt grenades.
Oh my god.
Or you just use Thorn.
Well, yeah. Well, season 1, Thorn was
Yeah.
broken because you could 2-tap to the head
Yeah.
and then it was done.
Yeah.
No, but the thing that I had the most success with was Last Word and the Crucible Sniper.
Oh my god. That gun was nasty.
That was my go-to. Yeah,
That gun was nasty.
that was my go-to, and I would run. Uh, I I went flawless on my hunter like 4 times, and then I went
Mhm.
flawless on my warlock 3 times. But the warlock was honestly more fun to play
Yeah.
because I remember winning games with self revive so many times,
Oh, who
way
remembers
too many
self
times,
revive?
and I would
Oh my
wear
god.
Praxic Fire, so you could just like spam grenades.
Oh
So
my
you could spam
god.
solar grenades everywhere, so it was just like a pool of fire that I wouldn't get damaged by, so I just fuck people up with that. It was great. I think I still have a
Self
clip
revive.
actually.
Self revive was amazing, and I miss it
I want
so
to see if I
much.
can find that clip because
It was broken, but it was amazing.
it was it was great, but I'm glad that they took it out.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
it made it feel like, at least for me in Destiny 1, the 3 classes had like specialties, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
you had the Titan where you had the bubble. You had the Warlock where you had self revive, and then the Hunter. What was the Hunter fucking good at in
Killing
D1?
things.
I guess. Yeah.
Hunter was Blade Runner, dude.
Oh,
He was
Blade
Sword
Runner. That's
Bearer.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Fuck,
then
man.
it's
I wish that game was still fun.
Yeah.
It's so
true.
sad. It's so sad. I just want it. I just want it to be good.
But what could they do to make it fun again? That's the problem.
I don't know. I think it's too far gone.
I
I
guess.
think my taste in it is just ruined to where I would never pick it up again.
Really.
Hmm.
I feel like I've played too much of it.
Yeah. Well, for Matthew.
Yeah, I think I've played too much of it, and Matthew has a
And
lot of hours on me.
yeah.
Do we want to
I
talk about the 200 days you played on D1?
Is it 200?
It's 190.
Let me see.
Last I checked, at least. Unless I'm bullshitting that number, but I feel like it was 190.
Heck, that's still not more than all my Rocket League time combined.
Okay, Carson.
And that's just playing with RC cars.
Playing soccer with RC cars. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
Hey man, I have 100% achievement on Destiny.
I would hope so.
I
I
have
don't on Rocket League.
102 days, 9 hours, and
102, okay.
32 minutes.
Whatever. That's still an ungodly amount.
I'm 5 out of 39 of my friends that play Destiny.
Top 5.
You want to take a guess at who's the top? By
Subo!
a fucking lot. Yeah, fucking Subo. 262 days.
Oh my god.
Then you got
Well, this is.
then
but
you
this-
got
we have to-
Nico, who's at
have to remember-
164.
You also have to remember this is at a time where you were you working when we were playing D1?
I was.
But you weren't working that much, not as much as you do now.
I was working like 3 days a week. Like, it was
And
a
you're
little
also you're also
bullshit
homeschooled,
job.
so you
Yeah.
weren't going to.
Yeah.
Given we're all homeschooled right now, but you get the point.
Yeah, no, it was really a terrible thing for my sleep schedule at
Oh, yeah.
14 because I would stay up until like 3 in the morning and then I'd work at 7 and then like I only worked half days, so I would come home at like 3 and like I'd just play until like 7 again, and it was
Yeah.
vicious.
I remember some mornings or some nights, like school nights, where I would wake up or when I would go to bed at like 8:30, and I'd wake up at 5, which is when I needed to wake up for my old school, and I would just check. I just had my Xbox still on from the night before, and I was like, let's check and see who's on in this early hour, and Matthew would still be on after playing,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
because I would have gotten off playing with you, and then yeah, it was,
yeah.
oh my
It
god.
was bad. It was real bad. I loved
Your
that game
account,
though.
your account's still signed in on my Xbox.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we've been using the Xbox to play like board games like Monopoly, so that way we don't have to like put out all the Monopoly stuff and whatever. Just easy,
I
makes it go
gotcha.
faster and less people can cheat. And yeah, your account's still on the Xbox.
Well, there we go. Maybe
Yeah.
when I come visit, we should load up D1, just
Oh my
just for
god.
old time's sake.
I have 3 copies of it, so yeah.
I mean, yeah, you've bought way too many copies of it. I still don't understand that.
Wait, why do
I
you have
told you.
3?
Okay, so back in Destiny 1, if you wanted to pre-order whenever it was year 2, starting with year 2, I think. If you wanted to pre-order the DLC, um, if you wanted to pre-order the DLC, but you wanted to get like the premium content, like the cosmetics that you would get for like the Legends edition or whatever, like the more expensive version of the DLC, you had to rebuy Destiny and all the previous DLCs with it, because it was in a bundle that was designed for people that didn't have the game. So I was pre-ordering. So the first time I pre-ordered a Destiny DLC, I had originally bought the Destiny as a disc from GameStop, and so whenever I pre-ordered year 2 for D1, I repurchased the game as a digital version. I repurchased the first 2 DLCs, and then I also pre-ordered year 2.
So many
So
copies. So many copies.
and then I did that again for year 3. So I have 2 digital and 1 physical version of D1.
Oh my god.
Jeez 'em.
That's too many times, man. Too
Yeah.
many times.
So if you need a physical copy of D1 for the Xbox One, I got you.
Just put it on my wall, and it's like, what did you do? What did you do when you were a kid? That, and it's
That.
just on my fucking wall.
If we ever get a studio, can we please frame the case for D1?
Absolutely.
Just
What do you
frame
mean
it.
if we get a studio? When we get a
Yes.
studio?
We're
Yes.
framing it.
Yes, we're gonna
Get it
frame
on.
D1. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, so many fucking just wasted days.
And shit is still literally falling out of my mouth. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's still literally falling out of your mouth.
Should we give context to that?
That I
Yeah.
think that's my favorite Subo moment.
That
Absolutely.
was that moment, like, I was just like, holy shit. So, okay, to give some
I think that's
context
where I
on
got my
this.
I think that's where I got my social anxiety from, actually.
You think so?
I mean, maybe.
Mm.
It's the first time I've ever had my cheeks clap like that.
So, to give some context to this, our good buddy Joseph, who played Destiny with us, his uncle also bought Destiny, and he was a part of kind of like our regular group, or one of the rotating members of whoever
Yeah.
would play with us. And we would have like sometimes like 9 people in a party, even though the maximum number of players was 6 for any activity.
Yeah.
And anyways, we would have like 9 or 10 people in a party, and it would just be fucking chaos. Well, Connor's in the party at some point, and he's just rambling about some sort of fucking nonsense, like 98% of this show is, and we both
Keep in
do it.
mind, I am 2 years younger than Matt. So
Yeah.
if we're saying Matt was 14, I was 12.
Yeah.
Let's just remember that. For
So
a
I'm like
second.
14 or 15. Connor's a couple years younger than me, and Subo, who is Joseph's uncle, his real name's Adam, but anyway, he refers no. So anyway, that motherfucker would find me so fast. He'd be like, "What the fuck?" Um, oh man, that would be so funny. Anyway, he he was talking to Connor because Connor was rambling about some pointless nonsense and just literal. He was just talking about whatever and just speaking to speak essentially. And Adam stops him. And he says, "Connor, I have a serious question for you." And Connor's like, "What?" He says, when you speak, does literal shit fall out of your mouth? And the entire fucking party just lit up with laughter. Oh man.
But when how old was he at this point?
I don't know. He had 2 kids at this point.
So can we assume he was like 35-ish, maybe around there?
Yeah, sure. Maybe
So
40. I don't know.
So let's talk about how fucked up that situation is.
No.
He's
No,
insulting.
no, no, no. Hang on. He would have been at least 40.
So just to defend myself a little bit, this is a 40-year-old man telling this to a 12-year-old
Roasting a
kid.
12-year-old.
Yes.
Roasting a
Accurate.
12-year-old. Oh god. It was so funny though. It was like the funniest thing. Like that and the whole incident with his son.
Oh my god.
Carson, would you like to tell that story, or should we just
There's-
like leave that
I
for
don't
our
even
own
know
ears?
which one you're talking about. I have.
I'm
Like,
talking
12
about with
Atlee
Mocha
stories.
Mixer.
Oh wait,
Do you recall?
Mocha Mixer
Mocha Mixer.
or what the ferret whatever.
Well, that was just fucked up in its entirety. Actually, yeah, let's do it. Let's do a PSA of what not to do on Xbox when your son is on Xbox. I don't recall that very, very much. If you would like to, it's not a funny story, but it is kind of a funny story. It's a fucked up situation, but I laugh at it.
Looking back on it, it's funny.
Yeah, at the time
I
it
mean,
was
it's like
it's still fucked up.
it's kind of scuffed, but like, so I guess fucking ferret, whatever the hell you want to call him. He was talking to Adam's son, Atlee,
Mhm.
Atlee and I guess he wanted fucking like undie pics from this young little kid.
Fucking
And
pedophile
then
on Xbox.
Adam gets on and starts roasting, like just spit roasts the guy, and then it was on Atlee's account, and he ends up getting Atlee's account banned on Xbox from what he said to the pedophile.
I feel like the N word was said a few times.
Well, that was Mocha Mixer.
That was Mocha Mixer.
Yeah, that was Mocha Mixer.
I don't know if I'm familiar with the Mocha Mixer story. Though.
All right, so I don't want to throw Atlee too far under the bus. He's a young kid at this point, and you know, we all say dumb shit. I don't know. Haven't seen him in a while. I'm not sure.
No, I don't think anyone has. I think
I mean, the last time I saw him was at Joseph's Beatles performance,
okay.
so not that long ago. Anyway,
Yeah.
again, not to throw him too far under the bus. Young kid at this point. We all say dumb shit.
Young, very, very young.
Very young. Probably too young to be playing Xbox with
Definitely
teenagers.
too young. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I believe it was one of Carson's friends gets in the party.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. So anyway, I believe it was one of Carson's friends that gets in the party. And none of us know this guy except Carson. And he hops in and his gamer tag is like Mocha Mixer whatever. Anyway, everybody's got like weird ass names on Xbox. I don't think anything of it. He's like talking.
On Xbox 360, I was Wayward Corn.
Exactly. Like everybody had weird ass fucking usernames. Anyway, especially if they were like the pre-made ones by Xbox.
Wayward was a pre-made.
Yeah. So anyway, he he hops in the party and he's talking to Carson about something, trying to get in a game or has a question about whatever. Anyway, I don't know where the conversation took from this, but apparently somebody had said something about him being black. Okay? Again, I don't know how it got to that. And then Atlee, again, young kid, we all say dumb shit, just like throws out the N-word casually. And I have never heard a man yell so angrily at a child. It was a moment that
It wasn't really like a yelling. It was like, you know, you fucked up. because
Yeah,
your dad
it was
fucked
like
up.
I'm gonna like put you to the like edge of death later. Like,
Well, I remember
Oh,
that
God,
moment
dude.
because I'm the one that debated him into saying it.
yeah, completely. Yeah, you were just like, here it is. Here it is. You gonna do it? And then he did it. And then everybody cried laughing. And We didn't laugh at the
So
fact that he
mean tonight,
said it. Huh?
We were so mean tonight.
Oh, it was awful. I'm sorry. Allie, if you ever see this, I'm sorry.
We should have
But
him on the
what's that?
we should have him on the podcast.
I will graciously decline that. Anyway, so we weren't laughing at the fact that he had said the N-word, but we were laughing at the fact that Adam had just completely lost his shit, and the tone of his voice was just like, "You fucked up." Like, oh God. It was hilarious yet horrible at the same time.
So bad.
There was another time when me and Trey were in a party with this poor kid, and we were just talking to him, and then I hear Subo in the background, and he's like, "Why the fuck do you have a water bottle in your pants?" And Allie's like, "I don't!" And we're like, "What is going on in there?" And then he just signs off, and we're like, "Oh, okay."
I feel like there was some really weird shit said in that household. Like
Oh,
especially
definitely.
over Xbox microphone.
Absolutely.
Like, oh my Jesus Christ.
Allie's a freaking trooper. I would not play with my father on
No.
Xbox.
No, absolutely
I
not. Come
I
on.
wouldn't want him to hear the shit I said.
Oh, Jesus, dude. No.
Point A and point B.
Oh.
Absolutely not, dude. I could not hang. I could not hang. Oh God.
So we've talked about Matthew's Destiny addiction. Carson, should we talk about, or actually, this is an intervention for Carson's Rocket League addiction.
You know what?
Surprise.
I have come from very long strides to where I used to be. I have not spent a single penny on that goddamn game
How
in months.
how much did you spend? Like a rough
Dude,
ballpark.
It like shit. I could have taken like a trip to Hawaii or something.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like
Like
maybe
a few
even
grand.
two.
2 grand.
Like
I can get us to Hawaii for $2,000 a person. So are you
like
saying
at least like under 5.
Okay.
Under 5, at least 2.
I'd say at least 4 under 5.
Jesus
Somewhere in that,
Christ.
yeah.
Now we're talking like staying
'Cause
at
that-
4 seasons in Hawaii.
Yeah, because that's when I got my first job at the freaking hibachi place. So
You
I
worked
was
at
just
Hibachi? I remember that.
Yep. Yep.
You
I
were-
so
remember that.
I was
place.
just rolling in the dough because fucking tips.
Okay, so you were working at Hibachi place. You worked at a parking lot for a while, right?
Hmm
And now you're a firefighter. Did you work anywhere else?
You did
I was an
electrician work.
electrician.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the electrician. Yeah. God, you have had so many careers. haven't you?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the day that the apartments I rigged up just catch on fire.
It's
And
like
then-
Then you can go put them out.
Right, exactly.
comes full circle.
Comes full circle, dude. Carson,
Great
as a
work on my part.
firefighter and being somewhat mentally unstable, do you ever think about starting a fire to go put out?
Nah,
No,
fires are hard freaking work.
I'm sure they are.
Because we had a like a shed fire the other day, and we were there for 2.5 hours, and it only involved like a quarter of the shed.
Jesus Christ.
Like we had the fire out within 5 minutes of arriving,
Mhm.
but you have to overhaul the entire structure pretty much to make sure
It doesn't come
that
back.
there aren't any. Yeah,
Make sure there
'cause-
aren't any embers.
it's just I don't know. It's very tasking.
I mean, hell, in the summertime, whenever we're in the dry season in Austin, it will get so hot that tufts of grass will just combust, just randomly. That's how hot Texas is.
It's ridiculous.
I've been driving on like some country back roads, and I have pulled over because I saw smoke coming out of just a grass pile. And there
Damn.
was no cigarettes around it.
See, Carson, this is why you need to go to Austin.
Heck, I've been thinking about it ever
Dude.
since I thought about being a firefighter. Try like going somewhere that's like with more fires.
Austin's a big city, and with Matt moving, I mean, I'm moving to Corpus, but that's only 3 hours south,
Yeah,
and I do
it's
plan on coming
whatever.
back to Austin. So,
Yeah, it's just I don't know, cause I have to get freaking hired somewhere.
well,
Else.
are you still living in that house?
Yes,
Okay. When's the lease up on that?
this year, some point.
Okay, so here's what we'll do, Carson. You and I will go get a shitty apartment somewhere in Austin,
Oh yeah.
and or
Hell
better
yeah.
yet, you should figure out whenever your lease ends, and you should come to Austin whenever I go after all this quarantine shit gets sorted out and we're actually allowed in the state and don't have to stay there for 2 weeks. So, that
Or you
being
could just stay in Texas for 2 weeks.
that too, financially I'd rather not, but
That's fair.
anyway, what you should do is you should come down the same time that I do, and you and I will go job/apartment hunt, and we'll just figure it out.
And fishing.
And fishing, definitely do some fishing.
Well, we'll see how it goes, cause your boy might continue his education.
Well,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
big educated man.
what you thinking about?
Transfer to ACT or UT?
Well, it depends if they have the program I want.
What
What
program are you
you
thinking?
going into?
Well, as soon as I get my EMT, I'm probably gonna go for my paramedic, so I can
Okay,
be more helpful to people.
that's fair.
And then I don't know, might go to school for arson investigation or some crap.
That'd be kind of
That's
cool.
such a you job. That is such a you job.
I
Thank
could
you.
totally see him doing that.
Oh my god, they have to have that at ACC or UT. Like, I don't see why they wouldn't. It's such a big school system that they should. It's just a thought idea. Getting
Yeah.
the boys, and then we just have to convince the guy who's been talking about moving to Austin for the longest to move to Austin.
Yeah, that fucking asshole.
He was supposed to do it January. Still not here. The bitch.
I don't know, man. He's doing pretty good with his stuff, I
is.
think.
We
Even
talked to
more
him on the
reason.
podcast last week.
Even more reason. Do you realize how fast he could get in some of these like local pharmacies and like health food stores?
Oh my god. Every single time I walk into any store, it's always.
You're
now
like
offer
Trey's
CBD
product
here.
could be on that shelf.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
every time I see a building or like a small storefront for lease, I'm like, that could be
Yeah.
his store.
Yeah.
I'm
Like-
still trying to get him to do the freaking gamer juice. I want him to do it so bad.
Well, the problem is that I sent him a company that's already doing it, so he's kind of afraid of competition
You just have to make it really cheesy.
or better
Fucking G Fuel.
or
Yeah.
cheaper.
Like he needs to make it the most gamer juice out there.
Most gamer juice ever.
Just live
Mhm.
up to the meme.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just go
Yeah.
full send.
He should talk to someone like some small company that makes the gamer glasses and do like a promo with them,
Honestly, dude.
like a collaboration with them.
But you
CBD
also got to
eye
get
drops.
somebody who does headbands like Ninja.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
And gaming chairs
And gaming chairs. You got to do all of it. Got to do all of it.
Get some promos going.
Got to do all of it. If you're
Oh
if you're
my
gonna
God.
go that route, you got to do everything. Got to do everything.
So
Oh, man.
let's so this friend group, us four,
Yes.
we have a business owner, we have a welder, we have a firefighter, and then we have a full-time student. Now, what the fuck?
I don't
Quite
know,
the
man.
variety.
But we met doing something that we all enjoyed.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's how we stay friends.
Yeah.
Except Carson's only been playing Rocket League.
Well,
there's
I
that.
mean, shit.
Well, what other games are? The next game I'm looking forward to is Cyberpunk 2077.
Same.
game I'm
So I
looking
can
forward to
customize my
is-
genitals, make them bigger.
Wait,
Yeah,
your
dude.
genitals?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can customize it 20 inches, everything. 20 inches wide, dude.
Wait, I can finally make it realistic to myself?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Carter's
Crisp,
gonna make them
crisp
fat as
2
hog.
inches.
Carson, shut the fuck up. I forgot who I was talking to. Anyways, so,
Well, I'm just thinking, if I make a female, can I give it a penis? Some big old honkers and a massive dong is what I want.
That is the real question.
that's Carson's dream girl. So, ladies, if you're listening, because, actually, Carson is single, and Trey was single too. You are single, right, Carson?
Yes, sir.
Jack
Okay,
is
good.
sadly not single, but I
Right.
I talked with him yesterday about potentially marrying him, and then we'll just get all the benefits from marriage, but we'll still be straight.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, the thing about our podcast is that for our beautiful viewers on Spotify, 60% of you are females between the age of 23 and 27.
This is true.
So, that being said, ladies, if you're listening to this or watching, if you're on YouTube, what's up? Carson is single and ready to mingle.
Can we put his Instagram in the bio?
We will put his Instagram
Yeah,
in the bio.
let's do that. Yeah. We should do
A
make
girlfriend giveaway.
make Carson come.
Girl.
Make Carson come contest. Ladies, send in your entries, and
Shit.
But he doesn't have the same problem that Josh Potter does.
I'm not saying he does, but I mean, why not?
Carson, have you ever
Carson's a
had
big
gay
dude. He's good looking, dark hair. He's a fucking
Fat ass?
firefighter. Does have a fat ass.
Fuck yeah.
The man can inhale balloons.
Wait,
Yes, you heard that correctly.
Carson.
Carson, would you like to elaborate?
No.
No? Okay.
That's what I was trying to ask him. Carson, have you ever had a gay experience?
Fuck yeah.
Wait a minute.
Dude, you can't knock it till you try it. I'm just saying. You can't know you're not gay till you suck a dick and you don't get a boner.
Wait. Are you saying that you sucked a dick and you didn't get a boner?
Fuck yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
When did this happen? How did that happen?
Like last year, I don't know.
How did that happen?
Shit, I don't know. I was like, let me suck your dick, dog.
It was like a friend of yours. Just like you go on Grinder. You're like, yo, I'm not gay, but
I
I
don't
want to
know.
try this out.
I do have a funny story about Carson and Tinder.
Shit.
When Carson and Trey first came to Austin, every single time they'd stop at a small town, Carson would change his location to that small town and start swiping on girls.
Hell yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh
Well,
my
You just
God.
have a
Dick
road
carnival.
trip. Yeah. The Dick Carnival. It's back in town, ladies.
So I've been thinking about doing a YouTube series where I go through and chase different species of fish, right?
Mhm.
So for Carson, he can do the same thing, but with different girls.
Start up a
different
Pornhub
thing.
account.
So today we're in Oklahoma. Today we're in Alabama. So this is my long lost sister.
Oh boy.
See, Carson, I really think that you could go somewhere with this. This is a
Dude,
good premise.
I think my fallback career is porn director.
Porn director? You don't
Yes.
want to act? You don't want to be the performance?
Nah, dude, I ain't trying to catch the clap.
Okay.
Screw that.
Dude, besides, male porn stars go for like an hour.
Yeah, I'm like one pump and done.
Carson's a one pump chump. I know
You're
from
the one
experience.
thrust of Busta?
Yeah, I mean,
A
got the
certain
story about
ex-girlfriend
that.
didn't fix that for you.
I mean, that's because I was freaking going at it like 8 times a day and my dick hurt afterwards.
Well, I mean,
Certain redhead with a name that started with A.
Oh, shit. That one.
oh, all right.
Just that one.
Oh my God, just
That's
that
all
one.
we can say about that. Just that one.
So porn
Oh my
director, you think?
Porn director.
Porn
'Cause
director, okay.
You watch it
I've
so
looked at
much,
the
right?
grand. I mean, I watch at least like 3 porns a day. Not even gonna lie. So
How
I've looked at the grand scheme of things, and did I ever show you guys the spider porn?
Wait a
No,
minute, wait a
and I
minute.
think I'm all right. Thank you though.
It's just, it's like the best makeup I've ever seen in a porno, because it's like realistic spider flesh on her face, and she just shit. It's like, how about the pterodactyl porn?
What?
You haven't seen that one either? It's okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
For all these listeners,
I didn't get
if you
anything.
type
I
in-
didn't get anything sexual after you sent me the video of the guy with the horse.
Oh no, not that.
All right. All right. After that, I stopped opening links from you.
That is Carson's cousin though.
Oh God.
But anyways, if you
Oh,
look up
God,
on
no.
Pornhub pterodactyl porn, then you will absolutely get the best watching experience of your life.
Only if you're over
Oh,
the age of 18,
Jesus.
of course, right, Carson?
Wink.
Okay. Oh my God. So porn director, huh?
Yes, sir.
Any other film industry aspirations?
Man, I think I could make some good B movies.
B movies. Okay.
Like a
ever do, like, a
Sharknado's
B-movie
a thing.
sequel?
I think I could come up with something a little bit better.
So if we did a B movie sequel, would you try and get Jerry Seinfeld again?
Was the
No,
deal
not
with
B
airline
movie.
food?
Like B movie. Like, you know those shitty sci-fi channel movies? Like Sharktopus?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
What about Velocipreacher? Have you seen that?
What?
It's a
that.
preacher that turns into a velociraptor.
Why? Hold on.
Does
Yeah,
he still touch little kids?
probably. Wouldn't put it past him.
Fair enough. Honestly. Yeah, I've seen some clips from that, and I feel like I've seen memes from that movie. But yeah,
Velocipaster?
Velocipaster.
yeah.
The Velocipaster.
Why? Oh my god.
Can we just? I'll pull up an image here. This is
looks
just
like the best movie ever made. This was like right up my alley.
the trailer
Yo,
is
this chick
is a work of art, to say the least. I won't play this, but I'm just gonna throw this on the screen. Look at that fucking costume. Like, what is that? Like, what
We
the
should
fuck?
recreate that movie, but just have the T-Rex inflatable outfit.
Like, oh my god.
Probably be better.
Like,
Honestly.
just scroll through those. Just look at the thumbnails to the videos on that article.
Oh my god.
Oh god. I gotta say, the main dude, he's pretty jacked for a preacher. I gotta give him that. Gotta give it to him.
Oh, by the way, I was just speaking on preachers. The other day I was driving and I got cut off by a dude that I swear looked like Joel Osteen.
Nice. Probably was Joel.
He was driving a Honda Civic, which isn't expensive enough for
That's
him.
his sleeper.
It's the
Yeah.
sleeper.
That's so people
By
don't
the
know
way,
he's there.
do you know how expensive it is to go to one of his seminars?
No.
$6,000 for front row tickets.
Jesus Christ. No, thank you. No, thank you.
And then like general admission, like the bad seats are $1,000.
Jump change.
The nosebleeds.
And he still won't open that goddamn church to Harvey survivors.
Well.
Because his carpet will get wet and mildewy.
Mm.
Anyways.
Yeah, that dude's insane.
Oh my god.
That dude's insane. Y'all saw the video of the preacher blowing away Corona, right?
What?
Did y'all see that?
Yes, I did.
I
Matthew.
haven't.
Oh, Jesus. Hang on.
Jamie, pull it.
Hang on. This is why we need a Jamie. Who's gonna be our Jamie?
Well, Carson, if he moves to Austin.
That could work.
Hey Carson, how's your Googling skills?
I'd say it's pretty fair.
Can you press a record button?
When I first saw this product, I
If you
thought
tell
it
me
looked
which
kinda
button it is.
Then we found him.
If you make it really big and red and says "Do not touch," I'll absolutely pass it every single time.
I want to get some underwear that say that.
I have some good big old gold underwear that says "Daddy" on them, right across the cheeks.
Jesus.
And that's where your paycheck from being a firefighter is going. All right.
Some of it.
Remember that time where you were thinking about getting a boat?
Dude, I'm still thinking about getting a boat.
Dude, fucking
Dude,
get a boat. Okay, I
wait.
can't find the video, but there's a video of this preacher blowing away the coronavirus. He calls the wind of God to blow away coronavirus, and then he fucking stares right into the camera and goes. But the creepiest part about it is that word for word, he has like 6 other dudes like echoing what he's saying.
That is scary.
It's fucking terrifying. Also, the dude looks like the physical manifestation of the devil.
Sweet.
In my book.
So boats.
Boats.
You know, Tracker makes the Bass Tracker Classic XL, which is a $10,000 bass boat, right?
I have some bass boats.
Uh-oh. How many bass boats do you have?
We have 4, I think, at my hunting lease.
Oh my god. I want a bass boat so bad.
Because
It goes back to this discussion about why I want to get a truck.
you should just get not a truck, but something that can just haul
Get an
like
Xterra. Dude.
trailers.
An Xterra?
Get an Xterra.
okay.
unless you're gonna like, because okay, once you get a truck, every single person you know is gonna be like, "Hey, can you come help me move this?" It's
That's
like the
fair.
worst.
But all my friends have trucks, so that's never really a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Just have them.
Yeah, but
do
what if you're
shit
the
for
only
you.
dude at Corpus who's got a truck? Who's
All,
nice?
okay, but let's be honest here. I'm moving into a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath townhouse with 3 other dudes. Okay, one of them is bound to have a truck.
They could all be fucking nerdy fucking engineer dudes,
I've
fucking
met
geeks,
one.
and they have fucking Honda Civics.
Well, okay,
and
I've already met
Priuses.
one. I don't know what he drives, given, but he seems pretty southern, so I'm assuming he has a truck-ish.
Well, I mean, maybe. I would say fuck that and get like an SUV with some torque.
That
That's
yeah,
fair.
I have to agree with Matt.
'Cause I guess bass boats don't weigh that much.
Also, insurance is cheaper on an SUV than a truck.
Is it? Even if you get like a Suburban, which is the same chassis and engine as a Silverado, just a different body. That
Because
makes
think
all
about
the
it.
sense. That
Think
makes
about it.
all the sense.
Think about it. If you're gonna get a Tahoe, okay, or a Suburban that's on the same wheelbase as a 15 or a 2500,
Yeah.
that 15 or
And engine, too.
2500 is most of the time going to be owned by a younger guy, and that
Yes.
bigger car is going to be owned by an older person, or if it's not an older person, then somebody who's hauling around kids, therefore more likely to drive safer. Therefore,
I guess.
insurance will be cheaper.
Yeah.
Why do you
I'll
think
go look at
fucking
some.
Jeeps are so expensive, other than the fact that they're extremely top heavy? It's because
They're extremely tough.
college chicks get it and they flip them into ditches.
Not even college chicks. High school
Bitches
chicks.
flip them Jeeps into ditches.
Bro, I can't. Okay, next year I was gonna, or before coronavirus was a thing. If
That could
you
be like
would've
a
bet-
YouTube compilation title of bitches and ditches, and it's just them like fucking barrel rolling into ditches.
If you
It
would have
could be
taken
very
any
two different
normal
things.
school day, if you would have taken any normal school day and went sit at the exit of my school parking lot,
Mhm.
right, you would have at least counted at least 400 white Jeeps leaving that parking lot, all with chicks in them.
Okay.
That's because you go to a bougie school in a
Okay,
bougie neighborhood.
No,
That's
dude, it's just fucking Austin. It's just a wealthy
in general.
area.
That's also
Well, I
true.
wouldn't know what. I wouldn't know. Oklahoma's dirt cheap.
That's why you and Matt need to get a shitty apartment together.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
why
can
we're gonna go get a shitty
live
apartment
together.
or some like old ass house, and we'll redo like everything in it. We'll flip a fucking house in Austin. That's what we'll do.
Could be the move.
Shit, that's what my mom's been doing for 20 fucking years.
Okay, then how about your mom sorts out like a 3-bed, 2-bath house? Connor will drive up and we'll do podcast there. We'll turn the guest bed into a studio. You'll be our
I can sleep
Jamie.
on a fucking couch.
You'll be our Jamie, and we'll set up the garage as a workshop so I can still fuck with welding stuff.
While you're working at your car body
Slash a
shop, or
gym.
your car shop.
I think it's possible. Maybe we can do it.
I think it's cool. That'd be a cool idea.
Get a house, just make it a fucking bunker.
It'd be
Hell
sick.
yeah.
Just put everything you need in it.
And then I could have a place to park the boat because I can't park the boat at the townhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going in the
Sick.
garage.
No, I'll put it in the backyard
We'll figure that out.
if we have a big
Front
enough
yard.
backyard.
No, in the front yard.
Right
Yeah,
next to
we're
the
just gonna
trampoline.
show it off. People walk by and be like, "Is this for sale?" And we'll be like, "Fuck no, get the fuck out of here.
Nah,
What's wrong with
nah,
you?
this is.
Is there a
this
for
is our
is there a
buddies.
for sale sign? You blind? Leave."
You get like 30 mail or messages from the HOA a week about get your boat out of the front yard.
And then you're like, "Fuck you, keep Austin weird. I like my boat in the front yard."
Keep Austin weird.
But they don't say anything about the weed plants that will house the rim of the house.
Of course not.
Yeah. They won't say anything
as of
about
right
that.
now, it's through a loophole decriminalized. So
Exactly. So I mean,
We're close. Thank
we
you.
we
thank
can
you,
grow the
CBD.
marijuana, and Trey can come and take whatever he needs to make
Well,
a
actually,
CBD,
that's actually
and
another
we'll just
loophole
have
as
a
well,
perfect
because-
little economy between
No,
us.
no, no. It's a legit loophole because all CBD sold in Texas must be manufactured in Texas.
Well, there we go. So I have to grow the pot plants for Trey.
Wait, is that true?
Well, that's a thing that was that was a thing that was being voted on before Corona. I don't know where it ended up, but I did know that there was a bill in the
It probably
Texas
passed.
Congress putting a regulation that all CBD sold in Texas must be manufactured in Texas.
is
Which wouldn't have been a problem for Trey if he moved to Texas because he's a manufacturer as well.
Yeah.
So.
But
and
he just
but it
gets
didn't
the
specify-
CBD oil, right? And he
Yeah,
puts
it
it in his
wasn't the plant.
products.
It wasn't. It wasn't the plant. It was just yeah.
Well, good. Then
I
he
don't know
could
if-
say that he sources it locally. Everything's sourced locally. Get even further into the earthy, crunchy,
All I'm saying is
demographic.
I feel bad for the person that buys that house after y'all.
No,
us
we're gonna make that
plus
shit
us.
nice. Come on,
Okay.
we're gonna
so
make that
painting
shit
the walls
nice.
with paint's gonna be with cum.
So that'll be Carson's room, which we'll burn that part of the house down.
Let's get a pool. Let's get a pool.
You gonna put a pool in?
Actually, pools are really expensive in Texas because
Very
Oh.
expensive. Yeah.
Then you can put the boat in the pool.
We just have a fucking 20-foot boat just chilling in our pool most of the time.
This is my boat. It's
Well,
a
what can you
Bass
do with
Tracker
it?
Pro,
Uh,
the Bass Tracker Classic.
it just
XL.
kind of sits here.
We have to make it a zero entrance pool, so we have a boat ramp.
Yeah, dude, do a fucking infinity pool.
We have a boat ramp.
But you have to drive it full speed, and you have to jump it about 3 feet to get onto the trailer. You get one try, that's all.
It's only a $10,000 boat. You'll be fine.
It's fine. It's whatever.
Oh my god.
It's whatever. All right, so cool. That's what we'll do. We'll get a house in Austin, and Connor will put his boat in the pool, but it'll be an above ground pool.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Actually, so funny. I have a friend of mine whose parents are getting divorced. That's not the funny story. The funny story, because this is the second time that they've gotten divorced. That's not the funny story. The funny story is that I'm pretty sure that the house that they lived in is about to go on the market because I know her dad lives in an apartment now, and I think her stepmom is gonna want to move out of the house because it's kind of too big for just her and her kids.
How big is it?
It's a 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom.
Probably too much.
No. But listen, it's an older house. It has a pool already. It's an older house. So I think it's been partially renovated. Like the downstairs has been renovated. The outside could use a lot of updating, and so could the upper story. The upper story, the second floor.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that is a thing that's about to go on the market.
Yeah, Carson. We should look into that. But Carson, you should also talk to your mom. No? Radio
I can
silence?
see.
I think you should. Why not? Fuck it, let's go to Austin.
The Booth podcast featuring Carson's mom.
I mean, shit.
God,
If,
no.
if what's her Keena? If Keena wants to be on.
What? Why do you remember my mom's name? That's
Don't worry
kind of
about
weird.
it. Don't worry about it. So, yeah.
Remember when you texted my mom once? Or you called her. I don't remember what you did.
No, fucking Trey and you called Joseph's mom.
No, you texted my mom or something. Because she was like, who just texted me?
Yeah, because you fucking, I was like, what's your number? And you gave me your mom's number. That's what it was.
Yeah, now I remember.
Yeah, that's what it fucking was.
I'm such an idiot.
Damn.
I'm gonna
Ugh.
prank him by giving
We
him
did
my
call
mom's
Joseph.
number.
Yeah, y'all
Mom.
fucking called Joseph's mom.
I don't remember why we did that. Okay, that was mostly Trey, though.
That was all Trey, dude. That was all Trey.
I'm the one that called the vet clinic where his dad worked at.
Yes.
And Matt.
Yeah,
Matt worked
I worked there for a little while.
Oh, shit. Why didn't you pick up the phone?
I'm sorry, man.
That was.
I
that
probably
above
wasn't.
my pay grade.
I don't know if I was working there at that time.
Matt's worked at 2 golf courses, a vet clinic, a welding shop. What else? HEB or not HEB? Wow.
Fucking Rouse's. I've
Rouse's
had
for
too
2
many
weeks.
jobs. Yeah, I've had too many jobs.
Jack of all trades.
Master of
You
none.
jacked me off.
All
I
right,
don't know,
boys.
You seem pretty good at that welding shit.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty good. Hopefully, I can go, weld on some Lamborghinis or something crazy.
We got too many of them.
That's what I want to do. So, all right, that was episode 13. Carson, thank you for being on, and I think we're gonna get you and Trey on very soon,
Ooh.
and we'll just
Combo.
we'll just have some audio
That's a
rapage,
combo.
some ear rape going. hopefully my fucking audio interface will be in by then, and I'll have some crispy audio on my end. But anyway, yeah, it was episode 13. Hopefully we can get Trey on with you, and hopefully maybe you can get a webcam, which would be great.
Hopefully, we'll
Yeah,
see.
you should look into that.
good.
Go by Best Buy or something.
Or
Put y'all
Walmart,
to
dude.
shame. Too fucking sexy.
I mean, who knows? You might break YouTube. we might get flagged on YouTube if your face.
I
is on
only
here.
have so many pictures of your fat ass that I can put in place of your webcam, Carson.
Glad to hear it.
It's even fatter now since I'm doing squats.
Hell yeah.
All right, boys. Thanks for being on. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.